Hi, my name is Natalie and I am presenting on behalf of the People Analytics team. Today we will be discussing the results of the job crafting training evaluations. There were two evaluations made on behalf of the new training. The first compared job crafting behaviors in the post-test of three training groups. These groups were the new job crafting training, the existing engagement training, and a no training group. The second evaluation compared employees' engagement before and after job crafting training. The samples of evaluation 1 and 2 were different at two separate locations. Before a company-wide implementation of the new training, the People Analytics team highly suggested evaluating the job crafting training through a pilot test. We gathered two samples to conduct the test and study their performance. The job crafting program was developed by top industrial organizational psychologists, but we wanted to ensure it would work for all 9,000 members of CC Pharmaceuticals and contribute to its strategic plan. Rather than investing the company's valuable resources on all employees, applied test will demonstrate exactly how effective the training is on samples. Through the power of statistical analysis, we can be sure that the results will carry over to the company's population. In order to evaluate the training's effectiveness, we solicited two questionnaires for the two samples. Then we conducted several statistical tests based on the participants' results. The first evaluation's questionnaire measured the frequency of job crafting behaviors of the participants after the training was complete, or at the same time if the participant was not trained. The second evaluation's questionnaire measured the frequency of work engagement before and after training. In the first evaluation, we computed a one-way ANOVA. This test allowed us to compare the job crafting performance of the post-test in the three different training groups. Also, we found three themes within the questionnaire by computing an explanatory factor analysis. We also computed reliability reports of the identified factors. This evaluation used 120 employee participants. Each were assigned to one of the three groups. In the next evaluation, we computed a paired samples t-test. We used the statistical test to determine if there's indeed a difference in the pre-test and post-test. Just like the first questionnaire, we looked at the reliability of the questionnaire items. Fortunately, there was nothing wrong with either dataset. After conducting the analyses of Evaluation 1, we found promising results. During the statistical analysis, we could group the items on the questionnaire into three sub-factors. For the first factor, which we called performance improvement behaviors, the job crafting training did perform better than the other groups. As seen in Graph 1, Factor 1, performance improvement behaviors, we are looking for something very specific. Under the subheading P, we hoped that the number was less than 0.05. This means that it is less than 5% that the results were due to chance alone. And indeed it was. When we run these tests, there's always a chance that the results are misleading. We ran an additional test, as seen in the table post hoc comparison Factor 1, just to make sure the first test was correct. This time, we looked at the number under the B. Ponferroni subheading, which is still under 0.05. It computed 0.013. The other two subgroups did not produce effective results, thus additional testing was not needed. Evaluation 2 also showed that the participants performed better after job crafting training. We also looked at the P subheading in the table pre-test and post-test comparisons. The results showed that the P was less than 0.001. This means that the results were less than 0.1% due to chance. The results of the evaluations was very informative for People Analytics. It seems after participants engaged in the training, job crafting behaviors and reports of work engagement improved. Also, when employees were trained in job crafting, their work engagement increased, as demonstrated in Evaluation 2. This shows that training employees to participate in these behaviors may support their work engagement, possibly contributing to the strategic plan. Although both evaluations provided promising results, It's not enough to determine that the training caused the desired behaviors or work engagement. The People Analytics team would need to design additional evaluations of the training to claim a causal relationship. After designing the evaluations, we would carry out the designs and investigate the results like we did with these two. Therefore, the senior management team will need to provide resources for the team to carry out the designs, implementation, and evaluations. Specifically, these resources would be funding, transportation to the facilities, and time. Thank you for listening to my presentation.